Hey, greetings. Hello. How you going? How you doing, good people? No, I'm not Lamar. No, I'm not Lamar Tyler. I'm not Ronnie Tyler either. But I want to thank them for giving me an opportunity to address you today. This is their platform, but they blessed me with an opportunity to engage you this afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Right? I'm in Chicago in the Central Standard Time, so it's noon here. It's actually the afternoon. But my name is Freddie Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals and the Sankofa Club. We are a dedicated group that wants to rewrite the Black community into the pages of world history and back into the hearts and the mind of our people. So I want to welcome you all for coming in. I appreciate you for joining me. Please take a moment and let me know where you're watching from. If your children are stuck at home, like most of us, because of the dreaded coronavirus, but we thought it would be a great idea if we came to you and gave you a simple idea for keeping them engaged, keeping their minds engaged, keeping their bodies engaged, hopefully creating a little schedule so you can find some time in your day to enjoy it. If you're watching this on replay, most of y'all will be watching this on replay. Please type replay in the comments. We love to see and know that you guys are engaging us. So we appreciate that. All right, so give me a little excitement, give me a little love in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to hear from you. I got some pretty good ideas that we want to share. I know many of you have probably seen, I'm looking at my other screen, I'm sorry, but many of you may have seen this homeschooling schedule floating around the internet, right? Let me know if you've seen that in the comments or whatnot. Yeah, give me some likes, give me something, let me know that you're out there, right? But I was reading on Instagram earlier today or yesterday, and one of the homeschooling communities was a bit concerned about the particular schedule that's been spinning around the internet. And the concern was that it might be a little bit too stringent. And like, if you're not doing these things on a regular day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week basis, way before the virus and the outbreak and the lockdown and leaving us at home, then it actually might be a bit overwhelming for you. And then you might get frustrated and not going to stick to it, just causing more stress than things they're more stress than is useful, right? So with that, we decided, hey, well, let's jump on this opportunity to create a looser schedule that might give you some semblance of a regimen. And because I know as having children, I'm a parent, I'm a father. These are my kids in the background here, but they're a little bit older now. So I've been through this struggle. I've been through a lot of this as a parent myself. Hey, all right, Ashley, I see you. Texas in the building. Nice to meet you. Appreciate you joining me. Thank you for the love in the comment. So I'm asking y'all, let me know where you're watching from, so we kind of talk it out. Oh, and are your kids? Has your kids' school been shut down just yet? If your school has been shut down, let me know. Are they doing online schooling, or is it left up to you to supplement all of their education as well? That would be a good course of conversation. I'd like to hear that. I want to invite you to our Facebook group. It's in I don't know which way it is, but it's in the description. It's linked, and over there we're going to give you a free copy of the schedule that we're going to go over and the mantras that are included with it as well. Because we're stuck at home, but the minds can't continue to be stuck, right? Our children are already lacking and falling behind the curve of where their potential is. So we want to make sure that we're doing everything that we can do to keep building and pushing. I see a lot of you guys that just joined. No, I'm not Lamar Tyler. I'm not Ronnie Tyler, but they have blessed me with an opportunity to engage you guys. So once again, for the people in the back, my name is Freddie Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals. We create a series of historical education and cultural-based products designed to write the Black community back into the pages of world history and back into the hearts and the minds of our people. Most of you are probably familiar with our Black History flashcards. So yes, we're the company, Urban Intellectuals, that is actually behind the Black History flashcards. This was our brainchild, our baby, and we've sold hundreds of thousands of decks all around the world. So people are really enjoying it, and we're loving it. So definitely break those out during the outbreak, right? You can have a great time and engage your kids and learn a little bit about our history as well. All right, I see we got Florida school districts closed, no support from the school district or school. Wow, that's scary. No support. Wow. Well, we'll support you, right? Join our Facebook group, Raising Proud Black Children. I should have gave you the name of it, right? It's called Raising Proud Black Children. The link is in the description. we'll get you approved and get you in. We have a lot of resources that we're sharing, and all week we'll be going live and engaging in this sort of discussion and giving out additional resources for parents. So we will support you, right? Montgomery, PA, Montgomery County. Okay, PA in the building. MD, we are closed. I'm trying this online stuff. All right, Rochelle, that's what's up. That's what's up, this online stuff. We'll get it in. We have some online stuff I'll talk about. Just jump over to our group, but we have a lot of resources that we'll be sharing for free and all that good stuff to kind of help the people get through it. All right, so I don't have much time on it. Man, it's already been 9 minutes, right? I don't have much time, so I want to make sure that I get to the list. And so I'll be sharing. I'm trying to think, how can I put this in the group? Maybe you could just, maybe I could just post it here. Oh, I can't post images. All right, so you're gonna have to jump over to the group to get the actual image, right, of the schedule that I'm gonna be talking from and the ideas that we have. So it's gonna be like a 2-page PDF that you'll be able to get and download. And we got one that has no color so that you can be able to print it and use it in your house if you like, right? So we got 10 things on the schedule. We're starting at 8 a.m., 8 to 9 a.m., 8 to 9 a.m. we're talking about breakfast and our mantras. So we're giving you a list of daily mantras to utilize with the children as well, because we just believe in positive mental attitude, right? One of our pillars at Urban Intellectuals is positive brainwashing, really. But there's some psychological terms for it. Therapy, yeah, I'm using the wrong word. Psychological terms for it. Behavioral terms, right, that you can use for priming. It's called priming. Most people aren't familiar with the concept of priming, but it's basically brainwashing, right? But it's mostly used particularly in the news media and the educational system in a negative manner. So at Urban Intellectuals, we believe in positive brainwashing and positive priming, right? So building positive thoughts and engagement into our children, speaking life into them, right? This is, as the Black community, this is how we talk. We speak life into our children and make sure that they think positively, they act positively about themselves, and they go out and they contribute positively to the environment. So daily mantras are a really good idea. And something that we want to encourage you to incorporate on a day-to-day basis. So while you're eating your breakfast and y'all getting ready for your day, make sure that you're reciting some of the mantras with your children, despite their age range, right? So I'm proud of my ancestors is one of them. I'm confident of who I am and where I am. I'm excited for my future. I'm busy making my ancestors proud. I'm strong, I'm powerful today and every day. So we encourage the regurgitation of this over and over and over again to speak life into the children. So for one day, you can pick a positive mantra and speak that into your child throughout the day, but repeat it together on a regular basis, at least 5 to 10 times. And then throughout the day, make sure that you're engaging one another. So this is how we want to start the day. We want to nourish the body with some food and resonance to get ready for the day. And then we want to nourish the mind with positive mental attitudes as well. Then from 9 to 10 a.m., we want to study. I am a big proponent of studying during the breaks. Okay, let me give you a little bit more about me, my background. My children today are 16 and 20 years old. My baby boy, the 16-year-old, is graduating high school this year. Both my children graduated at 16 years old. My wife and I were pretty fanatical about all of this study stuff, right? But we had our first child in 1999, right? We were in grad school getting our MBAs. And I was reading about this show called Blue's Clues, right? Being a young college student, I wasn't watching cartoons all day, every day, right? So I didn't know what Blue's Clues was. But anyway, I ended up reading this study, and it was talking about how Blue's Clues work, led into a lot of stuff. But inside of that particular study was the fact that blew my mind and changed everything for us. They talked about how the rest of the world goes to school throughout the year, right? So in America, not only do we skip weekends for learning and education, at least formal learning and education, we skip the summer. So you miss 3 months out of the year, right? And during those 3 months, okay, your child is going up, right? And then the summer comes and then they level off, but then they actually start to decline a bit, right? So while your child is leveling off and declining, the rest of the world is continuing to go to school, and they're just going to stay on their pace. And now it's time to get back to school, right? then your child starts to go back up. But in America, the first 3 months, get this, the first 3 months, 2 months, if you're in a more progressive system, is really based on regurgitating last year's lessons to get the kids back to where they need to be so that they can start building again. But this whole entire time, your child has been losing to the rest of the world because they're on a constant ascent. They're constantly going up, right? They never stop. So this led us to realize that we can't stop with our children. So we instituted something called time that we use. And I guess I could talk about it individually on another day. Actually, that'd be a really good, let me make a note of that. Yeah, that'd be a really good discussion, because then I can give you a deep dive into what we used to do. But both our children are like off the charts academically. I just think it's a result of their hard work and their dedication and their understanding that educating themselves is their responsibility, not that of the teacher or the school system, right? You're just using them to extract information. But let me get to this. This concept. So every day that there's no school, our children knew they had 2 hours of study to do every single day. Like, I don't care if it's the weekend, I don't care if it's the holiday, I don't care if we had family vacation. Like, I don't care if your friends are over. If your friends come over, they're getting their time in as well. So time to us stands for to increasing my education, right? TIME, to increasing my education. And we just stayed fanatical about that. And just that 2 hours really seemed to separate our children from other children in the district who were just playing video games all weekend, or playing video games, or going outside all summer. Well, they don't go outside much anymore, right? But that's showing my age and my gray hair. But our children knew that, listen, I don't care if we're at somebody else's house. If you go stay the night at their house, you're going to get up, you're going to do your time, right? You're going to build upon your education. Like, again, like I said, we're pretty fanatical about it. But as our children started turning 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, there's no fight anymore. They just understand that once they got it done, they can have the rest of the day to do whatever they wanted to do after the chores, right? So that's next on the list. So study 9 to 10 a.m. Is very important. We have some resources that we can share with you as well. We have a digital, do you remember Highlights Magazine? Anybody remember Highlights Magazine, right? We have basically a Black version of Highlights Magazine that you can log into and just download the activity sheets and everything each and every month. We call that the Sankofa Club. But you can learn more about that inside our group, Raising Proud Black Children. The link is in the description. I want you to come on over and join us. We'll be sharing a whole lot of educational resources that you can use inside of your home right now. Yeah, so studying from 9 to 10 o'clock, personal development from 10 to 10:45. I believe in personal development, not only as an adult, but as children. You have to continually to work on the mindset. The older I get, and the more I get engaged in higher level circles of high achievers, like being around this brother Lamar and being around the sister Ronnie Tyler, like both of them create an environment of high level achievers around them. And then you start to realize that a lot of these people, the things that they have in common is personal development, a love for the development of self. So I think that this is an ideal and a concept that we need to take an opportunity to put into our children at a very early age, because if they grow up that way, they'll stay that way, right? What they say, plant the seed. So plant the seed of personal development early and work with your children through it. So I'm looking, if you're just joining or whatnot, I'm looking through a list of a schedule that we created. And the schedule is in the group, linked in the group. If you click through the descriptions here. Watching from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Hey, all right, welcome. I appreciate you for joining. Are the schools closed? Let me know if your schools are closed, and are the school system providing any resources to help you? But yeah, in the description, I want you to come over and join our Raising Proud Black Children's group, right? All right, so the image, like I said, the schedule is linked in the group. It's pinned to the top of the page. It's the first thing that you can see. We're spinning it around the internet now. And then after personal development, 10:45 to 11:15, we want to knock out the chores, right? They got to get their work involved. They're living in the home. They got to contribute to the home. But personal responsibility is another trait that we believe is immensely important to the development of your children, to raising proud Black children, to raising proud Black adults, right? Personal development, have pride in your environment. You're contributing to the environment. You got to put in some work. So we want to make sure that our children are doing just that. All right, yeah, thank you, Sankofa, Forrest and posted the link for me. I appreciate that in the comments. Then physical activity. After the chores, after the work is done, like let's go on and get outside. Let's figure out how we're going to do this. Are they going to walk? Are they going to run? We're going to let them outside and play. Do you have old school throwback children that actually go outside and engage the environment, right? Because you might be a little panicked about them being around other children, but even they can go out in the backyard and explore nature, right? That's a very good learning opportunity, but they need some outside time. They need some breath. They need some fresh air. They're going to be cooped up all day. You can do things like dance parties and stuff like that. So inside of our group, Raising Proud Black Children, I'll be going live every day at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time and sharing additional ideas and resources that we can use while the children are stuck at home, but their minds don't have to be stuck in the process, right? And then 12:15 to 1 o'clock, let's eat some lunch, have some nourishment. I think it's a great time to slow down and get back into the mantra of the day and what it might mean to the child, or tell them additional fact of what it might mean to you. Another bonding opportunity, right? Then I just mentioned at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, we'll be going live in the group. I'll be bringing in some experts to kind of help with this discussion. Some people who own some daycare, some people who are some educators, sociologists, just a whole lot of different information that we can use to build and grow as a community while we are trying to figure out what to do during this particular outbreak, right? I don't even want to say the name. Like, I know you guys are seeing and hearing this name thrown at you all the time. It's like, it's crazy, right? I know the fear is real. And then 2 to 3 p.m., we just got reflection, right? Reflection, you want to ask your child about their morning study, about the information that they ingested. What did they think about it? Their personal development. What kind of projects did they work on? Like try to build a moment to bond with your child and explore their mind, explore their world. Where are they going? What are they interested in? Because we tried our hardest not to push our children into any particular thing, but when they express, you know when your child loves something, right? That little light inside of their eyes just beams, right? And you're like, okay. So we tried to follow the light. When they showed interest, we tried to give them a little bit more of it. They showed frustration, we might try to push through it. But it's really just following the light of what they're interested in. So it's moments like this reflection period from 2 to 3, that's pretty good. Now, again, these time frames is not strict, at this particular time. It's something that's going well, like let it keep going. You might miss a slot here, or you might miss a slot there. It's no big deal. And then 3 to 4, again, more physical activity. They have energy, right? We might be tired. We might be a bit sluggish, but children are generally fired up and ready to go on a consistent basis. I see some comments. Let's see. Texas is here. Tara says, we're currently on day 1 of spring break, but it's just announced that we are out at least through April 5th. Right. A lot of people are going to be down a few weeks, right? A lot of children aren't going to be able to engage in a lot of their social activities, their outings, their sporting events. So it's really going to be cooped up. But I think that that's why physical activity is important. So we got to build that into the hearts and the minds of the children. That could be working out. That could be exercising. Just make sure that you have fun with it, right? I think as a parent, we have so much going on. I'm trying to watch the time. As a parent, we have so much going on in our day-to-day lives. I think we forget sometimes to have fun, right? Like slow down, get down on the floor with the children, engage and enjoy them. So I think this is a really good opportunity to rebond with your family, your children, and become dependent upon one another again, right? I think it's I'm an optimist though, so I'm always out here trying to be optimistic about any and all situations, right? What they say, I forget. Well, I'm known to mess up some quotes, right? But yeah, there's no need to worry. It's not really going to do any good anyway, right? So let's stay optimistic and let's look for opportunities to build and grow, and despite the things that are going on around us. And then from 4 to 5 p.m., we got today's task. Okay, so during my live, I'll be given, I'll call it a challenge, but I'll give you a task each day to work with your children to do different things. So we're going live at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time in the Raising Proud Black Children's Facebook group. And from there, I'll be giving you a task and assigning that each day. And then from 4 to 5 p.m. might be a pretty good time to try to implement the task. And then that's it. The rest of the day is yours. We didn't want to try to overload you with too much activities, which is what I alluded to in the first one with the schedule that's spinning around. It runs well into the evening. It seems really regimented. And like I said, some of our homeschool parents were warning parents that send their children to school that if you don't really do this on a day-to-day basis, don't try to overload yourself or overload your children with too much all at once. So yeah, so that's pretty much the schedule. It runs from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So to try to keep them engaged and busy while hopefully you're able to work from home and keep the money flowing. If not, hopefully you have an opportunity to engage your children and lean in and have some fun with them. But I got 6 minutes left. All right, I didn't do too bad on time, so I didn't want to run over on that. But I just want to, I guess, close by really encouraging you to lean into the process in this time. Like lean into your family, lean into yourself. Make sure that you're getting some quiet time. Depending on the age of your children, right? You might need a little bit of quiet time. But listen, if you're broke, if you're stressed, not broke financially, if you're broke mentally, spiritually, if you're stressed, if you're going through it a little bit, take some time to unplug and get away. You know, you have to keep your sanity, your heart together, your mind, your faith, your everything together in order to be there for your children, because they're stressed as well. You know, they have an opportunity, they have a schedule that they're used to. They have a life, they're gonna miss their friends. They're gonna be going through things as well. So everyone has to make sure that they're practicing a little bit of self-care, especially you as a parent. We know, I remember the days of having little ones in the house. I miss them. I'm not gonna repeat them, but I miss them. But you know, I just want to make sure that you guys are focusing on yourselves as well during this time. And I know that you're engaged and what's the word I'm looking for? Concerned about your children during this time as well. So, or otherwise you wouldn't be on this live with me. But I appreciate you doing so anyway. And hopefully I give you a little bit of things of value that you can use and take with you. But I do want to encourage you to jump over to the Raising Proud Black Children Facebook group. It's owned by us urban intellectuals. And we'll be giving out daily information, more research, more ideas, more things that you can do to involve your children on a day-to-day basis to keep their brains engaged, keep their minds engaged, connect them further with their history, further with their ancestors, further with their achievements, because we believe that children that understand their history and culture and their place in the world, the contributions that people look like them, that come from where they came from, have contributed to the world. The more that they know this, the more that they believe in themselves, the more they believe in themselves, the more they have confidence, the more they attack the curriculum, the more they attack their education, the better they perform in college, the better they perform in work. The more they're more likely to avoid jail time and the prison, you know, the school to prison pipeline and all of that. I mean, there's gobs of research backing up all of these words that I'm saying, but I just think that the Black community has kind of fallen asleep at the wheel on the importance of all of this stuff. You know, we send our kids to school and we think that they're going to become home educated, but they're really being educated in the greatness of what other communities have done to advance the world. You know, if you go through the Western educational system, you're likely to really think that the people who came out of Africa, right, the African diaspora, really hasn't contributed much to humanity. But that is a bold-faced lie. So we have to make sure that we're doing the work to ensure that our children know where they came from, know the contributions of people that look like them, can tie themselves into that global family, and a part of the success and all the wonderful things that went on or have been done then and are currently still being done today, right? So we talk about history, but I think a lot of times we get very caught up with quote unquote ancient history, which I don't like that phrase a lot, but there are a lot of things that have happened in the last 20, 30 years that have been tremendous that we could talk about to tie into the children, to engage them, to get them to understand that people that look like them do extraordinary things, and they are very capable of doing extraordinary things themselves. So if you don't have any questions, I'll go ahead and get out of your day until you come on over to the Raising Proud Black Children Facebook group and join us over there. I'll be sure to give you some energy, some ideas, and some updates on some things that we're doing. You can come and get your new tasks. but we have about 9,500, no, 8,500 people into our Facebook group. So we'd love to add a few of you over there as well. We have the Sankofa Club, that is basically a Black Highlights magazine, right? So you remember Highlights magazine, it's a culturally relevant version of that. We're running a 99-cent special on that, so that you can log in, see the system for a month, download, print the worksheets, the activity sheets, the mantras, the schedules, everything that we have going on inside of the club. But we can explain that when you join us over here on Raising Proud Black Children. So I want to thank Lamar and Ronnie Tyler again for giving me an opportunity to speak to you on their platform. Once again, for the close, my name is Freddie Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals and the Sankofa Club. We're behind the Facebook group, Raising Proud Black Children. So I want to encourage you to come on over there and suck up some of the free resources that we're going to be dropping in there each and every day. We want to make sure that our parents are prepared for this and that our children and they're engaged, because they are our future and we are the community. So we have to be the ones that save ourselves, right? Lamar often talks to us about we're the ones that we've been waiting for. So we're waiting on you. Love, peace, and Black power, good people.